I mean, honestly, I would say when I was importing, that was way easier than, producing in Kenya. Let's take a small lesson about branding from L'Oreal and what that means to the customer. I just came back from class. Oh, I'm so hot. I feel like I've been walking. I decided to pass by Brioche. Am I saying it correctly? Brioche. So I just decided to pass by Brioche to try their coffee. Is it because I was walking? There's no like pretty art. I always like to see pretty art in cappuccino, but perhaps because I was walking, jumping, so I think maybe the thingy majiggy, the fluff. What is it called? Bubbles? No, the cream. I forget the word, but I think that word off. And I also got myself the cronut. I think I had one of these cronuts a few days ago, but it's very filling. It's quite filling. The taste of the cappuccino. You know what? I can't taste the difference between this and cappuccino from a different place. I think it's just cow milk but I don't know what I was expecting. But it's not bad. It's good. It's not bad. It's good. And I like the brown cup. It's very Instagram. I should like pose with this and yeah, I just got my coffee. So in regards to being a business owner in Kenya, because I want to help the girlies out. I want to help the girlies, okay? So I started from, I used to buy jewelry from Dubois, and then from Dubois, I was like, wait, no, too many people are discovering this place. I need to start importing. So then I was importing jewelry from AliExpress, and then people figured out how to order online. And I was like, no, okay, we have to come up with something different. And also because every time I would order from AliExpress or Alibaba, you would get jewelry and everything is individually wrapped in tiny bits of plastic. And I was like, oh my god, this is the planet that I live in. What am I doing to Earth? So I was like, enough with that. I'm gonna start making my own jewelry, okay? So I'm gonna start making my own jewelry. I mean, honestly, I would say when I was importing, that was way easier than, producing in Kenya, because I feel like producing in Kenya, because production is still very new. I mean, new in the sense of like, how do I put it? Like production in the sense of, I would say mass production. Yeah, mass production is something that's very new in Kenya. I think we've always been producing jewelry. Actually, one of the first places that jewelry was ever made is in Kenya, and I'm still holding my cappuccino. I'll go as I drink. Is in Kenya in a place called Enkapute ya Muto. Okay, so that was the very first place that jewelry was ever made. Well, jewelry as a gift. I think globally, yeah. But like, there's a place, I still have to go there, but they found all of these like ostrich beads, and they were like, ooh, this isn't money. This is, somebody used this and somebody gave this out to their friend as a gift. How do I digress? 0 to 100 and now we're back to Nairobi, okay? So anyway, so yeah, producing in Kenya I think is a little bit more tasking. You have to be there present, you have to be there on demand. But if you're producing like just one item, like I would say maybe honey, then I guess, I'm sure it's still difficult as opposed to because you're producing maybe the same honey 1,000 times, as opposed to for me who's producing like, if I'm making a piece of jewelry, I'll make like one ring maybe 3 times or less, right? Because I don't want to make like 1,000 pieces and 1,000 people are not like, don't want to buy it. But essentially, if you are producing in Kenya, it's more of a task. It is more of a task if you're producing, because you have to be really hands-on to make sure that you do the quality control and, sourcing of the materials and everything. It's quite a task. So I think still, if you just want to start a business for the sake of selling, then I would suggest not producing. And even though I'm such a huge advocate for like made in Kenya, I would say because it's so tedious at the moment, I think maybe 5 years from now it'll be more like of a streamlined process. And of course there's more people that are starting up factories. Like there's factories if you want to make t-shirts or different clothes, there's factories that are popping up that are doing that. But I think as for now, if you're starting, I'm out of breath. If you're starting a business, I would suggest importing or buying products that are already in Kenya that are imported, because then you know that you have streamlined products and you have like you can get the same product 1,000 times, 500 times, and it's easy. So that's just in respect to where to get your sourcing for your products. Okay, and now in terms of websites. So for websites, I think there's a few Kenyan companies that have website builders of sorts where you can just put your products and then you can sell on these different platforms. And of course there's even Jumia, and I don't know how well Gigi works. I feel like Gigi is like Kenya's, is it like Kenya's Craigslist? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't bought anything from Gigi, but yeah, so there's Gigi as well, but I don't know how well that works. And I think there's Kilimall, and there was this other one, what was it called, starting with an S? I forget, but there's different platforms where you can also put your products. And now there's even more platforms coming up, but this is for people who make in Kenya, there's platforms that are coming up that are specifically geared towards made in Kenya products or made in Africa products, which I think is amazing. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy just to see it, and just to see, like, you know, the African market just growing, and designers, and like our work just being put out there. I'm like, it excites me, okay? So there's that. So there's different websites where you can put your stuff, or even if you don't want to have a website, you can just do it on Instagram. You don't necessarily have to have a website. You can just do it on Instagram or on WhatsApp, and you just set up your catalog, take pictures of everything. Yeah, okay. So for already existing business owners, I would suggest, especially if you're doing it solo. So there's this delivery company called Sendy, and what Sendy does is that they take your products, like whatever products you have. I don't know why my mind is just like honey. Okay, so they take whatever products you have. If you have honey, they will take your honey and they'll put it in their storage office, warehouse. I'm like, what is the word? English is not Englishing. So they have like a huge warehouse, and they'll put everything in the warehouse. And then what happens is when you have an order from your customer, you get the order, and then you notify them, and you were able to like notify them, okay, this is the product that the customer wants, ship it to X, Y, and Z place, and then they will then, you know, talk to the customer and, you know, figure out delivery the next day. And delivery is so much cheaper because they already have the products in their warehouse. So for example, if they have like, I don't know how many orders they have, but let's say if they have like 100 orders to like Westlands, it's so much cheaper if one rider can carry, and even just for the environment, if one rider can carry 100 different things for that area of Westlands, as opposed to one rider going, you know, coming to you, taking it to Westlands, going to somebody else, taking it to Westlands. So yeah, so an else delivery is cheaper. So I think what you can do, that if you are a small business, you could perhaps tell your customers, because I think maybe depending on the price of your product, the delivery can be very low. So perhaps you could even tell your customers free shipping, right? So free shipping, and then you can just add the cost of the item onto the shipping. So if you're selling something for 2,000 shillings, you can be like 2,100 shillings, or maybe less. Okay, 2,100 is a weird number. So maybe, yeah, so maybe you could just have it like 2,000 flat, and then and then offer free shipping. And of course, like, customers hearing the word free, it's like free shipping, whoa, they love that stuff. So you can definitely have that there. And I think the best part about it is that because they already have your products in their warehouse, you don't have to worry about packaging, because you give them your packaging and they do the packaging, and you don't have to worry about packaging. You don't have to worry about, oh, I have to now call a rider, wait for the rider to come, and then maybe it's raining, or the rider's motorbike is broken down, or, you know. There's so many like ups and downs when it comes to like ordering for a package. So yeah, so because they have it, you know, they give it to them, you give it to them, and then they'll figure out how to get this product to your customer. And I'm like, that's amazing. So that means that you could be in your village, you know, tending to cows or your goats, or, you know, growing your strawberries, and somebody places an order and you don't have to worry, oh my god, I'm not in Nairobi, how am I going to pack this? Or even in class, like, you can be in class, somebody places an order, and you just quickly notify Sendy, and, you know, they will do the delivery for you. I don't know if they offer same day, but I think they offer next day, which I'm aware of. But if you don't have very many SKUs, I would suggest Sendy would be a great platform for you, especially if you're like a one woman or a one man or one person job. So yeah, the company which I spoke to yesterday, which I had a call with them, and they're trying to get me to join their platform. It's a company called Chapter, and what Chapter does is that it's like PayPal, but then they have M-Pesa as well. It's like I'll describe it as PayPal. And another thing that they do as well is that they said that they have a platform whereby they've put like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook. I don't know if there was another one, but yes, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram, they put it all in one platform. So that means that when your customer, because sometimes customers will message you from like, because you have your number in different places, or somebody will message you on Instagram, somebody will message you on TikTok, somebody will message you on Facebook. I don't even know if people use Facebook anymore, but somebody will message you on Facebook. So sometimes it becomes really difficult to like navigate between all the 400 million platforms. So I think it's so great that they've made a platform where you have everything all in one. So if somebody asks for something, you can just be like, here, and you know, you can just have all your messages all in one, and you don't feel too bombarded to like check everything, because like when I go to my email, I'm like, ugh, and then Facebook, and it's like, oh, So I think it's just great that they made that product, and also that they made a product whereby people can pay with M-Pesa. I think that's what I'm very much interested in, because currently, I think I checked with the other platforms, and it didn't, the reviews online were not reviewing, so I was like, no. And I also tried to call a few other platforms to ask, oh, can I, and but they just didn't pick up. We never picked up. They didn't respond to emails. So I'm like, if you don't respond to an email, how am I supposed to trust you with my money? Okay. So yeah, so Chapter, I still haven't joined them, but it's something I'm looking to try and looking to start out. But if you do have a website, or you do have a business and you are looking to like streamline your payment platform, I would say check them out. I think another company, what is the name of this other company? Oh, my coffee is getting cold. Sorry guys. Oh my god, was I speaking for 13 minutes straight? What? Where was this energy when I was younger? Gosh. Okay, so I don't know if I cut it the right way, but this is what it's looking like on the inside. This donut is filled. Donut, cronut, walnut, cronut? I think it's a cronut. Well, So what have I done this week? So this week, so I've been speaking to a company called ShipShop, and what they do is that they take products from Kenya and they work with businesses, and so you can sign up with them and ship online. I haven't used them yet. I still have to ship an order with them, but I think essentially what they do is that because they're able to get lots of orders from like various small businesses, they can then go to these like companies like DHL and FedEx and like, look here, we're gonna give you maybe 50 orders to the UK, what price are you gonna give us? So I guess then they can get that cost, because I think usually shipping is like really expensive if you just go directly to like DHL or FedEx or UPS. So I guess if they have the capabilities of getting like lots of packages together, then you can get like cheaper prices, and that means that as like, you know, Kenyan businesses and African businesses, I think they're just in Kenya for now, it just makes it easier to export and just, you know, spread the goodness of what it is that you're selling. That's what I've done this week. I was just signing up with them, and I think to sign up with them, I think all I needed to produce was my KRA pin and also my business registration. I mean, I could make a video showing how to like register a business. I think it's not that difficult. At first I thought it was going to be very difficult, and I was like, oh my god, I need a lawyer, and then I just went online and I just like step by step. So if there's anyone who would be interested in doing that, just let me know in the comments and I can make a video on that. Government portals have also made videos on that as well. So yeah, that's what I did. And I'm so thankful that I was able to do a shoot for the products that I made from Lamu, the products that I had made in Lamu. And I think these are products, when did I go to Lamu? I think February or like January or February. And so it was just like, I think I was just been doing shoot, and but now I've been sitting down and just like taking time to I took the pictures and I edited them, and now I've just been taking time to make sure that I can, you know, just edit the photos, edit the pictures, put product descriptions and everything, so I can do that and then have a launch soon. And I think in terms of like advertising, I think most of my advertising maybe comes from like Instagram and TikTok. So what I'm trying to do now with Instagram is that I'm just like trying to just create like brand awareness. So I'm just creating reels and reels and reels and reels, like lots of reels, and then whoever sees it and like interacts with it, I'm then going to retarget. So I'm gonna just keep doing like brand awareness, and then I'll move over to like a retargeting, so that the people who've already seen it can see it again. And after they're retargeted, then I'll be like, okay, now get these people to like buy these things. Hopefully they like them. Okay, let's take a small lesson about branding from L'Oreal and what that means to the customer. So these two products are exactly the same. One is by Garnier and one is by Dark & Lovely. I didn't know this until I googled it, but Garnier and Dark & Lovely are both owned by L'Oreal. So these two products, this I bought in Germany, it's hair food, and everything's written in German, but the ingredients are exactly the same. I did like a Google Translate, and this I bought in Kenya. The moment you see Dark and Lovely, if you are a woman of color, the moment you see Dark and Lovely, you immediately think that this product is targeted towards you, because Dark and Lovely is predominantly a hair company product that was made geared towards black women. So the moment you see Dark and Lovely, you immediately think this product is for you and can be used by you, and it's safe to use on your hair. Garnier, I think, is more of an international product, or more of a product that is geared towards women of all races. But if you do see this as a black woman, you see that it's called Garnier, you'll be like, I don't know if that can work on my hair. Perhaps this is not meant for my hair type. It's meant for you know, somebody else with like a type 1 or type 2 hair. You wouldn't necessarily want to try this on your hair because it's not a company or it's not a brand that you're necessarily used to. But you see this and you're like, yeah, this is definitely safe. Even though these two products are exactly the same, they're targeted towards different markets. So what we can learn from this is that you can have one product and just brand it differently depending on who your target market is. So I think if they put both of these on the shelves, I think this would definitely, the shelves in Kenya, this would definitely go faster on the shelves than this, because mentally we associate Dark and Lovely as being a product for black women. I'm not a business coach, but from this I just really learned that you have to be able to make your target market and your target audience feel safe in a way that they can trust you and trust the product that you are selling. So yeah, I think as business owners, we just need to figure out how to like really be able to like hone in and like really find like our target audience and our target customers, just so we can make more sales. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Those were just like a few I think the small business tips that I can give for today, but I'll keep like updating, because we all need to grow, we all need to expand, we all need to make having a business easy, because having a business sometimes it's like,